Today, we are attempting to be our very own Dr. Frankensteins, where we are attempting to create life itself. Can we make a very proper Dungeons & Dragons villain using only random tables found within this Dungeon Master's Guide? We're gonna roll some dice and see what happens.
Challenge accepted. If you want to join along, we have the list of all the tables down in the description below. We were inspired to create this because we might actually fall into the habit where we make the same villains over and over again. We're not trying to use the Voldemort, Vecna, and Vader. We want to create something that's completely randomized and different. We're hoping we can achieve that with this today.
That's enough preamble. We're gonna start rolling some dice, checking the results of these tables, and seeing what kind of villain we can spawn today. The very first table that we're rolling on is called World-Shaking Events, found on page 27.
All right. 4.
We got a 4. So we have an assault or an invasion is happening in this campaign. So on the results for assault and invasions, we now have a D8 that we can roll on.
D8. 6.
A savage tribe.
Ooh.
Next up, we're going to be rolling on page 74, the Adventure Villains table. We need a D20 roll here, KMo.
All right. Say no more. 11.
All right. Humanoid Conqueror.
Hey, it's pretty basic.
We're moving over to the next page on page 75, Event-Based Villain Actions. So this is going to be maybe something that the villain does to cause havoc and mess with your campaign. D6 roll there.
Cool. 4.
With a 4, this is a one and done type of action. One and done means the villain is trying to commit a single crime and then tries to avoid the consequences. So instead of an ongoing plan to commit more crimes, the villain is more likely to lay low or flee the scene. On page 80, we have what is called the Twists table. This is a D10 result.
Uno.
The adventurers are racing against other creatures with the same or opposite goal. Over on the next page, page 81, we have the side quests table. All right, give me a D8 roll there, KMo.
Sure thing. Uno. Lots of ones.
Lots of ones. All right, so we need, as a side quest, we need to find a specific item rumored to be in the area. So the next part is we're going to be getting into the actual, chapter 4 is where you can create non-player characters. We're gonna use the tables to sort of create our NPC villains.
Sweet. We are gonna start with the NPC Appearance. Our villain's appearance is a D20.
Oh yeah. 11.
They have a birthmark.
That's it.
That's it. For NPC creation, page 89 also tells us to come up with their occupation and backstory in one sentence. We're gonna leave this to the end to kind of solidify and package the whole deal. Our villain is talented. How talented? Please roll a D20.
You got it. 19.
Hey, a skilled dancer. Oh, it's getting good. Now we gotta jump into what are their mannerisms.
Okay, what do you need?
So their mannerisms are a D20 again.
20. 7.
They are whispers. Oh, he just whispers. Aside from the dancing, this is starting to sound like Alpha from Walking Dead.
I don't know who that is.
NPC traits on page 90. Interaction traits.
Okay.
Please roll a D12. Please.
6.
Is it a 6? They're friendly.
You're gonna win more friends with sugar than spice.
Page 90 is also telling us to create some kind of useful piece of knowledge that the NPC knows, and we're gonna add this in later once, again, we've wrapped everything up here. So we kind of ran into a wacky table here on page 90 with NPC Ideals. So I guess if you knew what your NPC's alignment was prior, you could just kind of like roll on these tables, or whichever one. If it was lawful good, you could roll on lawful or good. We don't know what the alignment is yet for our character, so we're gonna break it up a little differently. We're actually gonna take each section, good, evil, lawful, chaotic, and neutral other.
Yeah.
We're gonna break that up into 3. We're gonna roll a D3 to see which section we roll in. So let's roll a D3.
So we got a D3 here. If you don't have one of these, roll a D6. On a 1 or 2, that's a 1. On a 3 or a 4, that's a 2. And on a 5 or a 6, that's a 3.
Or get some DCC dice and get some real D3s.
Uno.
Yeah, all right. So we're on good and bad, good and evil. So
right.
roll a D12 because we're considering all options.
5.
Hey, respect. RESPECT. Page 90 also wants us to come up with one sentence of useful knowledge that the NPC knows that the PCs need to learn. So we're going to add that in later once we figured out who the heck this character is. Next, page 91, NPC Bonds table. Roll a D10.
A D10. 8.
All right.
Ocho.
Protective of a valuable possession.
Stupid, filthy, nasty princess.
91 again. NPC flaws and secrets.
Gotta have flaws, gotta have secrets. What am I rolling?
Would it be interesting if not? You need to roll a D12, please.
D12.
There's only 12 secrets.
12 secrets in the world. 4.
Envies another creature's possessions or station.
All right, we're going to hop to page 94 where the book actually starts talking about rolling up random villain stuff for the first time. We've been using all the NPC charts because we want as many random tables to roll on as possible to flesh this bad boy or girl out. We need a villain's scheme. So very first is there's nested tables here. So
Okay.
D8 to find out their scheme.
Ones. So many ones.
All right, we're looking to become immortal.
Oh, all right.
Immortality.
Of course we are, liches.
And then we need a D4 to figure out further immortality goodness. D4.
Caltrops.
Another one.
More ones.
Acquire a legendary item to prolong life.
Ooh, to prolong life, because they just love to dance. I'm really focused on that dancing one. I don't know how we're going to work that in.
Over on page 95, we're going to roll on, again, some nested tables here. We have the villain's methods of how they are going to try to live forever, pillage towns, whatever they're doing. First up, we need a D20 roll there, KMo.
All right. 19.
19. Their method of madness here is using vices.
Vices, okay.
D4 to figure out which vice we're going to use to take over the world. Spoiler alert, they're all amazing.
Oh my god.
Stupid.
I want a good D4 roll this time. I don't want no ones. All right.
Drugs and alcohol, baby! We are taking over the world with cocaine.
Oh my god, a drug lord.
I know earlier we rolled on the side quest table to find sort of like a weakness of the character, but there is an actual villain's weakness chart. So we're going to roll on both of these just to have 2 aces up our sleeves here. Roll a D8.
D8. Wow. Loving the ones.
A hidden object holds the villain's soul.
Come on.
It's like the book wants us to just create this dancing lich, and we're going to give it to you.
Dancing, drug-dealing lich.
Last but not least, we want there to be some cool treasure and loot, a little hoard for this this NPC villain that we've created. So we're going to roll on 4 magic item tables. We're going to roll on A, B, C, and F. These are located on pages 144, 145, and 146. So let's get to rolling here.
Item table A, here we go. 52.
52. We have a spell scroll / it is a cantrip of some kind that this person has. Probably a cantrip of dancing. Dancing lights. Magic item table B. D100 roll. 90.
60.
60. Spell scroll, 3rd level.
Oh, okay. It's got a caster. Okay.
All right. Table C, D100. No. You rolled
Again, come on.
Another 60?
Another 3rd slot spell scroll.
Nope. Potion of invulnerability.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Last but not least, we have magic item table F, which is hopefully going to give us an item or weapon that this person will be using or just has in their possession because they're a psychopath.
F's in the chat. F's in the chat.
80.
Wow, I'm really rolling these very decimal.
Gloves of
Friendly
missile
numbers.
snaring.
Cool.
Let's roll one more. Let's roll
Okay.
magic item G because these are like even crazier. No, and I'm hoping. I just want to see. I love rolling on tables. So one
do it.
more.
45.
45 is glamored studded leather. It's so perfect. So perfect.
Perfect.
Oh my god. All right. We've rolled on all of our random tables. We've got some really strange results that we're about to parse through and sort of figure out what the hell this person is going to be.
We have something.
We have something here that is insane. It sort of works, and we think that if it was in your campaign, it would lead to a lot of cool and gnarly adventures.
I kind of want to run this.
Hell yeah. So what do we got here?
We have created Nixia, the female tiefling pop star from the Nine Hells.
Oh yeah. All of it led to a bard.
Yes.
You know, we wanted a bard, and we rolled a humanoid conqueror. Humanoid tieflings are humanoids,
Yep.
so we went with that. We have Savage Tribe, so she's going to be commanding, not necessarily commanding, but she's going to be summoning in a weird way hordes of demons, because that's the world-shaking event. Are these these assaults / invasions that she is sort of?
They're more like Woodstock concerts. Demonic Woodstock concerts.
Woodstock 99.
She knows that to make it in this multiverse, you have to make it in the Forgotten Realms as a performer. And it is the invasion of her genre of music. What do we say it was?
Yeah, so at some point, one of her mannerisms was whispers.
Yes.
So her genre is called Careless Whisper.
Careless Whisper. It's her style of demonic music.
Demonic pop songs. Yeah. She wants to be respected. These are all things we rolled on. That's her ideal, is to be respected.
Her main draw is to go to the cities and towns of Forgotten Realms.
Yep.
Put on a free show with free alcohol.
Once everyone imbibes this alcohol, what ends up happening is hours later when they go to sleep, they are all going to die. They're going to burst forth with demons from the Nine Hells, and the demons are going to... They're also creatives. They're also really talented sort of...
Murder artists.
Murder artists. We've created this stuff called slaughter art. So they take the entire town and they raze it to the ground, but they are going to be killing people in gruesome and graphic ways. They're going to be stringing up skeletons and bodies everywhere, all in the name of sort of this surreal,
It's gruesomely beautiful.
gruesome pop art. And that is how a town is found, just completely devastated after one of her concerts are there. And so this is going to be sort of the things that the party is stumbling into, is what the hell happened to this town and why is everyone dead like this?
There's a side quest
Yes.
for our adventurers, and we figured the side quest would be kind of cool. You know, it's one of those things where they could do or not, or don't need to, right?
Sure.
But it probably would be helpful if they did. The side quest is going to be like this magical harp assault weapon that needs to man, like the whole group party needs to man this thing to be effective with it, right? And we're thinking that it could just blow the heads off of demons,
Like lesser demons.
Lesser demons.
So like the little minions and stuff, like they're just going to explode, their heads are going to pop.
And if they figure out where she's performing next, they can bring this thing and do some real damage to her performance.
Yep. Because let's get to what's happening. Why is she evil? She's not inherently evil. She's not doing this stuff really to hurt people, but
because one of her traits is to be friendly. She's very friendly.
She's very gregarious.
Oh, we have her birthmark, but we kind of changed her birthmark to be a brand.
Yes.
She's from the Nine Hells, and she has a brand. And the brand can just be something that the players kind of find more information about, maybe look it up.
Yep.
In their local library and and discover where she's from, right?
Sure.
It's a good clue to where she's actually from.
Yes, or maybe which one of like the demon lords she serves.
Yeah, yeah.
She leaves before all this stuff happens because we rolled like one and done actions. So she's basically going to a place, performs a hell of a show.
Yeah.
She leaves. The alcohol causes the demons to spawn. They do their slaughter art. she's long gone. She doesn't even know that this is happening.
Yeah, and Nixia doesn't even know that people are dying for real in this world because, like, in the Nine Hells, they just come back. You know, it's like whatever. They follow the river of blood back to
yes, that's
where they were.
Yeah, and the creatives, the demons that are summoned, they don't know it either.
No.
They think that they're like, oh, these people they'll get spawned back. No big deal. We rolled on page 80. There was a twist table where the adventurers are racing other creatures with same or opposite goal, and we got rid of that. It was the one thing that we rolled on that we just didn't use. We didn't feel great about it.
No.
Maybe give it a little bit more time to marinate on all this. We could come up with something, but
It could be one more adventure hook related to the villain.
Yeah, why not?
We really got so much from rolling on these tables, and almost too much. We had to merge some of the ideas together.
Any results that you roll that don't make sense, or another result might make better sense, just sort of pick that and massage it. You're just using this to basically kickstart your brain so you don't have to do any of the heavy lifting.
And the more ideas was better than less.
Yes.
Right.
That's kind of how we approached it.
So on our NPC bond, we rolled protective of a valuable possession.
Yep.
And for this one, we made this connection with a fallen angel that lived in the Nine Hells. Maybe she captured this fallen angel, stole their voice, and now uses their voice through this necklace that she wears. The necklace might also kind of cast thaumaturgy, so she can just boom her voice without any assistance from anything. And her singing voice is this other person's voice. That's actually one of her secrets. We kind of made it without...
Yeah, we did. So her secret is definitely that necklace that she's very protective of. Her other flaw is that she is insanely jealous of people that are naturally talented.
Yeah. Because she may not be herself because she's stolen a voice.
Yes.
Or if the party has a bard, she might try to steal their voice and off the fallen angel that they already have.
Yes. Why not? So one of the things we rolled on page 94 was their scheme.
Yes.
So Nixia is striving to attain immortality, like most bad people will.
And liches.
Yeah, you know what? It's in our DNA.
She wants to be famous and loved forever.
Forever.
Right.
So we've figured out that the way for her to obtain immortality is that she has these hellish schematics for this instrument that has never been seen throughout the multiverse.
What if it was the heavy metal lute?
Sure.
Like-
I still want it to be an electric guitar.
I know, but like even if a blacksmith needs to make
it's
it
heavy
and it's
metal?
heavy metal,
Oh my god, yes.
but that she needs to find heavy metal to make it.
She's really dense metal.
Yeah.
I hate you so much, but I love it. Yes, that's it. She needs to make the heavy metal guitar / lute.
Yeah.
The first one in existence. So she needs to acquire this incredibly dense heavy metal, and then she needs to find a blacksmith that can work with it, and then she needs a gnome inventor that can tie it all together so she can create this instrument, and then she will play this very specific song that she can sing on this heavy metal guitar, and that is what is going to
Separate her soul
Yep.
from her body.
achieve that lichy.
Kind of merge it with the voices that she's accumulated and create this perfect entity that she can hide away and keep her immortality. And then we rolled on her weakness.
Yep.
Right? I forget what it said, but we ended up coming up.
This was the only thing that we changed.
We re-rolled because this conflicted. Like her weakness is that she already had a phylactery, but she was trying to achieve immortality, but you can't do both because you're already immortal at the time you've made a phylactery. So
what do we use instead?
She just has a weakness to what is it? An item or
Silence.
Yes. Well, what was the thing we rolled on was
A weapon. It just said
Okay.
like that a weapon does extra damage to her or something. So we just, rather than it be an item, it can be anything that creates the silence spell. It'll either do a ton of damage to her, or maybe gives you advantage on rolls, or maybe both.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll find a wand of silence somewhere along the adventure. It's this creepy wand that has like a mouth sewn shut at the end, and you can just be firing off silence spells. We tried to think of what would be the worst thing that you could do to a pop star.
Yeah. Shut him up.
Silence. Hit mute.
And what does she drop when you defeat her?
Yeah, I don't know. We rolled on a bunch of tables here, so we got what?
We got a bunch of scrolls on this, which also pushed us in the direction of like, okay, she's a bard.
Bard, magic users. Yep.
We got the Scroll of Thaumaturgy.
Maybe these aren't maybe they're scrolls, but they're all songs.
Yes, that would be so cool.
A song of thaumaturgy.
Yes.
And then it's a song of conjure lesser demons. And she also has a potion of invulnerability.
The gloves of missile snaring, I guess it's supposed to mimic that monk ability.
Yep.
Where you can just catch projectiles, right?
So she's always wearing them.
So maybe the party tries to like kill her during one of her performances and like throws a knife or a sword or a dagger up on stage, and she just catches it. You know, maybe throws it back. Who knows? I think her having those gloves, very Michael Jackson, very performer-ish, right?
Yeah.
What we rolled on these tables was perfect for this character.
Made sense.
And the last drop she gives is the glamored studded leather that she wears all the time.
Yep, perfect.
She is the Lady Gaga of the Nine Hells, where she can just change her garb on command. Whatever meat dress she wants to wear can just appear on her body.
Yep, that's the big bad evil guy that we created using the Dungeon Master's Guide. We got all of our crazy results out of this thing. We basically used all of them, except for like one or two. I think it worked.
Me too.
I
wouldn't have come up with this without all the randomness.
No, never in a million years would I have
no.
come up with this. As we were rolling on these tables, I was panicking.
Me too, because I was like, oh, well, that's basic.
Yep.
Humanoid, conqueror, Jesus.
It was really, really boring, and I was like, this is not going to work.
But then it started getting spicy. Yeah, because if everything is weird, then you're not going to be able to connect any dots.
Correct. No, but then we started getting stuff like dancing, and you started joking around. You're like, it's got to be a bard. And then it kind of got serendipitous, where we were like, oh, it's a bard. This is a pop star. The
studded leather came out in the loot table rolls.
Yeah, no, it all sort of made sense. But we did massage a lot of it.
We did.
It was really a cool process.
And it was hard in some points. So we're like, oh, some things don't make sense, and we were trying to force them to make sense, but then we were like, it's just too much.
Yep.
It's like, you don't want it to be too complicated. If you followed along with us and made your own villain, we want to know what you created. Leave it down in the comments. We're
actually really, really interested in that. Please, please, please share your villain idea with us. Share it with everyone so everyone can steal it. I love this stuff. This is my favorite thing about being a dungeon master.
Yeah.
Is just getting to be creative and just let my brain take me to a weird place with my good friend KMo.
Thank you so much for joining us on this crazy random adventure. If you want to keep up with us, join us, subscribe to Basic Glitches, and Toll the Dead for notifications.
Gong. If you want to see us go through more random tables and create a random dungeon, we did that using geomorph cards, which you can find in this video, a review of the official dungeon kit.
Bye, Liches.
Bye-bye.